Liberté, égalité, Renault, coupe, or whatever that means. We are here at the French Grand Prix of EU MRL round 2. Yes, I'm joined by Larry here in qualifying. How are you doing, Larry?
Good evening. I'm doing great, and I feel even better after that brilliant introduction by you. And we're here for qualifying at a track that I have raced and practiced lots on in the last few days. So I'm kind of taking over the role of the technical expert for this one. And yeah, it's a UL break, so we do have a few PC players joining for this round.
I mean, who are the PC players? I think that's Bituku and Phantomy. I think those are the two. Is Phantomy here actually?
Yeah, phone to me. Phone to me is here. And yeah, nice to see Bituko. He's in the Hurricane Racing team. Now we finally see the special livery. Glow is also in the HRT. Of course, resembling the French flag, but actually that's tribute livery to Cato, which I already made after he retired, but there's just not been an HRT on the grid ever since. But yeah, nice that we get to see that one.
Yeah, who do you think will take pole position today?
Well, Laguno is currently on provisional pole. He is trying to win his 7th race in a row in which he competes and also try to get more wins than Piggy has ever reached. And he's the first one to break the 27 barrier, which is something that I've not managed to do very often. My 200 practice laps. But Guillermo is right behind him. These are the two main protagonists for this season. That's how it looks right now. And Seb is also right behind. The two Eturias are still looking strong this season.
Interestingly enough, the top three hasn't moved a lot. Only Alonso is catching up with his times, but there's not a lot of under 28 laps. Only Laguna has gone under that barrier. So this will be an interesting one. Not great laps. Juan now on second place in Alonso taking the third position. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Is Juanvi also like a PC player? He certainly is very prominent in AMRL now. I raced him yesterday.
Sure. So I have zero idea. I'm not sure. I've never seen him when I was racing PC, so I don't think he is. Oh, Aguno is a big mistake there on his lap. Who can we watch? Yeah. The Frenchman. Matt is currently 9th in the qualifying, which is not a great position to start from, as well as Grow in 17th. This is a French nightmare, as it seems for now. But I think they can prove to be better as the time goes on. Let's see, F1 Fun is in 15, which is very far back, not something we expected, but a lot of other drivers are proving better. A lot of AMR drivers are driving phenomenally.
Yeah, the two Leviosos not too prominent, or is there actually just one? No, we got a full grid today. Laguna crosses the line. Can we see any improvement still? Yes, it is Juan V taking P2. He's on the front row in his first UML race. F1 fan also making it right behind that in the special liveried one time. Home race for them. Then Majumdar and Alonso's gone down to P5 at the end of qualifying. The Williams, by the way, also having a special livery today, of course, with the French flag elements and still the striking Williams blue. Then Juanvi is actually in the Levioso, so they are still at the front. F1 fan starts in P3. Williams are looking really good for this season in general and for this race. Alonso 33 in P5, then ahead of Guillermo, the reigning champion, also not managing to improve in the final seconds of qualifying. Jojo JB, who finished P5 in his debut last time out, is once again inside the top 7 at least. Phone to me 29 starts in P8 for one time. Then we get Seb. This time he's called Zeb, tied with Phone to me actually for P8. Chichu Burger is back in UMRL for the 101st now. Fede F1 is also at the 101st now in 11th position. Matt will have to make a comeback in his home race. Toaster 64, a disappointing qualifying for him and Aston Martin, I would say. Pedo 95 and Malik are starting for MP Motorsport, but they're still struggling to keep up with the rest. Salopette de Pomme this time for Jaguar. Oh no, that's his first race. That's his first race in this league, but he is very rapid. And then we got Glow and Bituka, the two HRTs. Looks like they're turning into backmarkers, but at least they're here.
Bonjour from the starting grid. We're here at the French Grand Prix at the Bugatti Circuit of Le Mans. I think that's how it's called. Lights out and away we go. Now Laguna with a great start. Doesn't seem to be going too wide in the first corner, but a big send there. And Laguna is off. We're going to be looking at the back of the grid today because Laguna is just too damn fast.
It's hard tires for HUE and F1 fan has kind of been slotted back in turn 7. And now Matcham just trying to go around the outside. Is there any battle further ahead? Phone to me. He is in P5. So one time still at the front there. Laguna has taken off on the first lap once again. And we got Aston Martin at the front this time as well.
Yeah, Alonso is doing pretty good, but he did say he'll retire after this round, so that's a sad ending if you ask me.
Oh.
Yeah, he said he'll leave the server until June and then he'll come back and race again, so I wouldn't say nothing bad. Juanvi now keeps his position. Is he a rookie? Did he come from AMRO? Oh, damn. Here is another great talent. We are just seeing in the works.
Yeah, it's an incredibly tight and short track. And you can see that especially in the first chicane, they're struggling to stay wheel to wheel.
Now there's a big group forming behind F1 fan, which is certainly going to be a big problem for him. It's going to slow him down incredibly, and it will result in a lot of loss for him. We know he wants to fight for wins, but it's just not his day today, it seems. No.
And what a start from Bituko. Oh, and as well, F1 fan is going off into the gravel. Maybe he got some push by one of the many cars that are in there. Bituka with an amazing start. He's now lost a few positions again and gone to P10. Malik as well is up there. And out front it is still Phone to me now battling with Guillermo. Alonso sadly retiring after this round as it seems. And Phone to me is past the Etruria.
Oh,
not past the Aston yet.
Oh wait, Fantomy is a French guy, so it's not a full French disaster now, as Grow and Matter wave back in the grid in 16th and 17th position. Certainly not a day for them to remember. Laguna is just flying ahead with almost 3.5 seconds now. And the fight for that second position is on. Juanvi or Juanvi, I'm not sure how that's pronounced. We'll have to ask him, maybe. Is keeping a good pace, even if coming just from AMRO. Ooh, a Ragorkat now from Guillermo. That was not very nice, and he loses a position.
I also saw that now he's gone off the track before the final 2 corners. Very tricky to nail that. Many good laps have been shredded there. Bituko is now forming a train behind him. I'm not sure if they're all able to keep up the pace here. Chichio Berger is struggling to stay ahead of Seb here as we go into the very quick chicane. And now there's a battle for second again. We go 3 wide into the first chicane. Alonso having the inside, Juanvi at the inside for the next corner. But as I said, it's difficult to overtake through there. Then we go into the very wide hairpin thingies, I would say, and you can do some switchback action there. That flat out chicane is actually also quite hard to overtake. Then you have to really focus on your racing line in the last few corners here. As Juanvi once again gets a great round out of the last corner, and Alonso has lost the position for now. And that all helps Fantomy, maybe. This is his time to escape.
You do know you can call Fantomy Tommy. I think that's how they call him in the PC server, so I don't think it's that big of a deal if you do.
I don't know that.
I mean, it makes sense, kind of. But yeah,
Yeah.
this fight is certainly starting to heat up as Juan v Alonso are losing time to Felipe, and Guillermo, the defending champion Guillermo, is catching up. Will he try to defend his title? His chances are pretty slim of getting that win today if Raguno doesn't retire, but that's highly unlikely, so big fight for now.
Has it ever happened yet? I'm not sure.
Wait, Raguno retiring?
Wait, I do have the all-time stats here. No, 0 DNFs yet in the career of Laguno. He's had his device problems, but never his internet problems. And 5 seconds after 10 laps is quite devastating for the rest of the field.
Yeah, he's next level today. Let me just check Bituku. Oh, Petro is having TP problems. Internet problems.
We see the first few pit stops being made. Alonso 33 has pitted for soft, and he's the fastest, the first one of the ones who pitted. Also Majumdar for Williams. Oh, I think he's not had a great start as well.
Yeah, Petro seems to be having
P5
problems with his Wi-Fi. I'm gonna keep an eye on him for the next couple of laps, but he seems to be having big problems now. Certainly not good.
Yeah, he was talking about that
Yeah,
a lot
okay.
This week.
Petro DNF.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I don't want to do something like that, but his Wi-Fi is just not on point.
Oh, now I just had lag for everybody. Guillermo has entered the pit lane, and we see Laguno in third now. He's also pitted. He's gone for medium tires, 42 laps. That's, I think, the most that we have this season. And Juanvi and Tommy are still strong at the front. But let's see how quick of a process Laguno is gonna make with them.
Laguno is going to pass Fantumi into the next couple of corners at least. It's gonna be this lap because Laguno is on the faster, newer tire. It's just going to show. I mean, Laguno is unstoppable at this point. Yeah, Fantumi gets him past. It's just the only thing to do at this point in the race. He maybe will only follow so he doesn't lose a lot of time. But here comes Fantumi into the pits. Petro still hasn't retired, but at least he's not moving and making problems for the others. Let's go a bit back on the grid now. Mahumda and how is his name pronounced?
I'm saying Majumdar because it's like English, but maybe Mahumdar. He's from France, so maybe.
Oh, I'm not sure. I've never learned French, so I have zero idea.
Yeah.
I mean, J in my language would be like yeah, something like that. But H in my language would still be a so it's very weird, you know. But yeah, Mahumda, I think I'm gonna keep calling him that. I don't know if that's correct or not. But we'll have to ask him, really. Raguno now taking his lead back from Juanvi. Will he No, I don't think his Grand Slam is out of the window, but it's not important. He's going to win the race, that's for sure. But let's not give him the commentator's curse at least. He is a great racing driver. Let's not say big things for now. It's not impossible.
Yeah,
everything can happen.
I think Majumdar is just kind of repairing his race at this point. He's gone for soft tires, goes down the inside of Guillermo at turn 8. That's actually one of the few overtaking spots, I would say, on this track. I mean, yeah, you can do the switchback action, but the straights are all quite short, or there's a very quick chicane after that. And Guillermo is in P3 for the moment. And behind that, it is Tommy coming through after pitting later. And once again going for the medium compound tires. And that's the switchback I was talking about, but he's run all the way around the outside. And Majumdar keeps P4 for now. Ooh. His soft tire is not looking too good anymore as well.
I think Guillermo is having a bit of a lag. At least I saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it hasn't affected anyone, so let's be careful with it. And watch out. There isn't any action happening except Seb and Jojo fighting. But the top 5 is certainly more important than the lower grid. At least for the broadcast or for everyone else.
Oh, and once
Big
again,
fight now.
Tommy just still behind Guillermo, and Alonso 33 is actually doing the same strategy as Majumdar. Majumdar already pitting again. It goes down to P12. That's a medium tire. He will have to stop once again in this race.
There isn't any, like, there is no compound rule, so they can do all softs if they wish to. You know, did you put... Yeah, you did put rain, so there is weather.
Yeah.
I think Guillermo is squeezing Phantom a bit too much.
Whoa.
You can see him trying to overtake, but
It
it's
was
not successful.
almost a brilliant move, but yeah, still Guillermo on the inside. It's, yeah, I don't know, very, very difficult here, especially because there's like a kink before that as well.
Ooh. No, I mean, I am a steward now, so I can, like, award penalties mid-race, can I? Nah, I'm joking, I probably won't. But still. Yeah, Phantom will certainly report him.
They've just ghosted into each other. What was going on there? Yeah, certainly a bit of lag for Guillermo, but now it's getting really interesting. They don't want to go wheel to wheel in the first corner, so they just ghost. But Phantom
makes a pass. Great one. Now Gaguno with a 10-second gap in halfway through the race. What is happening? This is next level stuff from him. I mean, it was not unexpected, so I don't want to say that much.
Ferry is listed with 0 stops for me here. That can't be true. Do you see that as well?
Fede.
He's on relatively fresh mediums. So yeah, no, he's actually in 4th position on merit, because otherwise his tires would be punctured or something. Then Juanvi is in P5 on hard tires now. Yeah, the HUD is kind of going crazy. But yeah, Fetty is in there really. And Seb is ahead of Jojo. I think Seb was the one who got stuck behind our newest, I don't know, P5 finisher in the league. This time he has gone ahead for now. And then we got Majumdar and Alonso, who have now pitted once more and are further back again. But they're doing something different, as Majumdar does ascend into turn 11 on Jojo, and now they are both through. But that was a bit of argy-bargy, but that's, I don't know, there's no other way of getting past in that section.
Yeah, we can see Phantom making a bit of a gap on Guillermo. That is obviously in his advantage. Now there's a fight between Mahmoud and Seb. I don't know what happened there, but I think Alonso brake checked Mahmoud. Oh, yes, Seb. This is hitting bad.
And Alonso's,
yeah, it seems Glow has retired.
Alonso's given back the position as Glow retired once again. Wow, he had like 3 DNFs and no points last season. That's sad. And Pituco's also now had had issues or something. I don't know. He's yet to pit and is down in 15th. So it looks like it won't be points for HRT. Let's see when they're gonna have drivers again.
Oh yeah, that will be an interesting one. Now Guillermo coming out of the pits, but there's a big group behind him. No, not that big, like 2 people, but that's still a whole lot of racing drivers, if you ask me. I've been in such situations. This is not a fun one to be in, that's for sure. I mean, but in karting it's much more chaotic, so...
Still more chaotic.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen worse races in UMRO, so yeah. You have to just cope with that.
And Alonso once again has backed off, and now he's led through the MP Motorsport of Malik and Guillermo. And he's down to P9. I'm not sure if he's being too polite, because as I said, it's really hard to pass here. But I didn't have a look at any incident, as Seb in the now again second Etruria comes into the pit lane, as well as Ferry F1. The other 101st car of Chichu Burger is just inside the points right now.
Yeah, Juanvi is absolutely flying currently. Even if he's a rookie from AMRL, he's currently on the podium spot. And if he does finish here, he will lose his position. Should we tell him that in the chat? Because
Tell
I
him to
don't think he
DNF.
knows. No, I'm going to tell him if he wants to keep racing in AMRL, he should drop to. He should not be in the top 3 or something.
Yeah, I would still
But
focus on UMRL. Actually, is the ban now applied after the season? I think if you take a podium, still not, right?
yeah, I think it's
I
worth
think
something like that.
it's applied after the season. That's something that I've very strongly advocated for. Imagine Alon and Alonso, the duo here in this race, make their pit stops once again, and they end up in massive traffic here.
Traffic is not bad to watch and see. There isn't a lot of fights. Alonso trying to make a move on Matt, but it's not successful. As today it's the French nightmare for both mobile French drivers. Fantumi is a PC driver, so I don't count him in there. It's certainly not fun for him.
But we got a French team as well on the podium with Fantumi. So
yeah, one time. That's not bad.
Very nice.
Wait, is it one time? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Guillermo won service saying that one as well. He's now also gone for hard tires, just like HUE. But HUE's going for a one stop, probably. I don't think that the soft tires would make any sense from here on out.
I think Magic's driving is pretty good now. He was running P5 now after his third stop now. He's come out 12. I think that's going to be his last stop, so he might make a couple of positions just from that. There's a big group forming though.
Yeah, Malik, of course.
Led by Seb.
Malik, of course, being the number 2 driver at MP Motorsport in their winning season. He did not manage to take a podium last season, but has won one race at Austria. He's looking to beat more AMRL drivers again, as I'm currently watching Majendar and Jojo JB, but the other Jaguar is actually in P6 now. That's Salopete de Pomme, who we haven't really talked about here, but he's been quick in AMRL and F1 ES. Of course, he's yet to pit, but Jaguar don't look too bad for this season still, even if both their drivers have migrated to Aston.
Yeah, that is certainly interesting. Now, is there any fighting going on the track? Yeah, Jojo and Marik are fighting for that 8th position. Rain comes into the final couple of laps. This is certainly an upsetting turn of events, but I think HUE is the one who is going to gain the most of this.
However, Guillermo's already in the pit lane, and HUE might still have to stay on track here. Look at HUE and Fantumi battling for 2nd position, and they're absolutely drifting flat out into turn 10 still. They have to keep it on the road. Where is Guillermo going to end up?
I mean, it really benefits HUE because he's had only one stop till now, so this is really only in his favor. But Gaguno is still in the lead, so that's most important for him. But Guillermo catches up to HUE. Ooh, that was maybe a push. At least in my screen it was.
Yeah, it's a bit of lag by Guillermo. Very unclear to see which lines he's actually taking. But now he breezes past on the back straight. And maybe HUE has actually let him past here.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. There might be a fight for that 3rd position, but I don't think HUE wants to lose his AMRO seat for this season. Yeah.
I think he'd be quite happy in this position.
Yeah, he's quite comfortable in that 4th position. Maybe he's gonna get that 3rd spot. Something a lot of people haven't gotten, probably will never get, like me, who is not that good on mobile. But Larry does have a chance. He's very fast. He won the sprint now, didn't he?
Yeah, I did. By 100th of a second, it was very archy-bargy in these corners. But yeah, the elbows get out in these last few quarters. You can really feel it around this track. But yeah, I was fighting HUE there, and I don't know who else anymore. But yeah, also qualified on the front row. Took both fastest laps in both races, but I messed up qualifying for the feature race, and then went into the pit wall on lap 2 in the feature. So I had a nice comeback drive. Only finished P9 though. But yeah, I caught up like half a lap again, which was pretty nice.
Ah, that's pretty good. Now Gunu is leading by an absolute lot. He's already lapped a couple of drivers. And we're in the final 2 laps of the race, so it has really gone his way throughout this whole race. And
Yeah,
Juanvi as well has won a lot of time.
Yeah,
But as weather... Yeah.
You know whose way it's not gone anymore? The F1 fan is once again somewhere down the order. He's in P13 fighting Salopette de Pomme. But yeah, after the start he could not recover. And he's, yeah, quite inconsistent still, I would say.
We can say the same thing about Matt, but it's just what happens. It's racing. You can't always predict what's going to happen. But Laguna in this final corners is going to take the win here in the French Grand Prix by a staggering 11 seconds. He comes to beat Piggy's record for wins as he extends his gap in the championship. And now Phantom is going to be finishing second. A French driver on the podium, this is something nice, and Guillermo takes that 3rd position to maybe try and defend his title for later on. Juanvi in 4th position, the AMRO prodigy, maybe a new talent, Fede 5th.
Oh, chaos behind that. Malik brings home P8 ahead of Alonso and then Jojo. I think Jojo was ahead going into these final few corners. That's about the same thing that I witnessed there. But what a race. The rain also being really refreshing towards the end. Yeah, Juanvi then just off the podium in his first race. Of course, he keeps the AMRL license now. And Levioso Sportsart Porsche Racing still gets some nice points from his side. Not so much from our home hero. At least that's what we hoped Matt would be today. Fede takes P5. Very, very calm drive actually then. 3 seconds to the man in front and behind. Yeah, not sure where he came from, but nice. Seb takes the fastest lap of the race, and the Etruria will be in the team's championship lead still, I think. Yeah, they were 2 points ahead of Williams going into this one, as Majumdar finishes P7 at France. Malik in 8th position. Nice comeback from him. He's not raced since Austria. And MP are looking forward. Jojo JB in P9 for Jaguar. Alonso in 10th after doing something different together with Majumdar. Not quite working out, but still a few points for him and Toaster. Toaster not having the best of starts this season. He was so strong towards the end of the last one, especially at Poland, I remember. Then Salopette de Pomme picking up 1 point as well for Jaguar. F1 fan not scoring today. Matt not scoring today. Hurricane Racing Team having 2 cars on the grid. One of them DNFing, one of them having an amazing start and then falling back again though. Chichio Berger finishes in 16th. That hurts. We don't have as many drivers in recent races. But yeah, that's where you can end up sometimes. And Glow and Pedal didn't make it to the flag today. Wow, what a race. It's also not as common for someone from PC to jump in and be quick from the get-go, but Phantomy managing to do that. We saw Cubo having big struggles last season. Yeah, impressive. He finishes ahead of Guillermo and breaks the Spanish 1-2 this time. 2 rounds are done now, and the championship is clearly going Laguna's way right now. 55 points. He's ahead of the 2 Etrurias, Guillermo and Seb. But Seb also actually quite far behind his teammate right now, and just 1 point ahead of Phantomy, who had a great race today. F1 fan in 2 races scoring less than him. Today really wasn't his day. Jojo JB with a great Spanish Grand Prix and also scoring points today. He's in P6 in his debut season. Then we got Matt and HUE, the 2 Levioso Sports Art Porsche cars, in 7th and 8th. I think they can still do more. Fede is in 9th position. He only scored points today, but the 5th place is very nice for him. And Tosa64 is the only Aston Martin inside the top 10. Alonso 33 is in P15, and that's not going to improve in the next few weeks or months if the news are true. So we wish Alonso all the best for this time, and we hope to see him return soon, because he would still deserve more points than he scored now. And Williams lead the team's championship. Laguna has got 55 out of these 63 points. Adria Racing Team together are only in P2. One Time is in 3rd position ahead of Porsche and Jaguar in 5th. Aston Martin P6. The 101st in 7th position and currently ahead of MP Motorsport, who are only on 10. And Hurricane Racing Team, even though they did have 2 drivers on the grid today, are in last.
Today we saw an incredible performance by Agunu, a whole lot of overtakes behind him which were not affecting him at all. From the first lap on, he had an incredible race. Something to not forget. He was absolutely flying. I cannot say anything more than that. We can only thank him for his performance. He put on a big show for the other drivers and for us commentators by winning like by 11 seconds or something. Thanks for watching. Watch the next race. Please be there to accompany us on this incredible journey on this season. Hope you had fun. Like and subscribe, I guess. And Larry has a word or two for you. For me, it's a goodbye.
Yeah, I think everything was very well said. We will go to the Hungaroring for the first time. I was told it's a Laguna world record track as well. So, yeah, looking quite good. 7 wins in a row now. Can he make it 8 or something? He still needs 2 more podiums to equal Piggy on that stat. But yeah, thanks for watching. We will see you next time.